practical occasions will suffice as pictures or examples of spiritual blindness. Let's take the first example, Isaiah chapter 44. We are illustrating blindness, spiritual blindness. Here, backsliding Israelites as well as Gentiles of Isaiah's day who practiced idolatry were shown to be blind, having the sense of discernment, the sense of good judgment and realization covered, so that they could not see the foolishness and senselessness of making gods out of the same timber they used to make fire to warm themselves. Out of the same timber they used to make fire to bake their bread and roast their meat. They couldn't see the senselessness to make God whom they should worship, whom they should revere. Your God is greater than you, and you are making it from wood that you use to bake bread. Now, Isaiah chapter 44, verses 14 to 20. I read. He hewed him down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which he strengthened for himself among the trees of the forest. He planted an ash, and the rain doth nourish it. Then shall it be for a man to burn. For he will take thereof and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it and baketh bread. Yea, he maketh a god and worshippeth it. He maketh it a graven image and falleth down thereto. He burneth part thereof in the fire. With part thereof he eateth flesh. He roasted roast and is satisfied. Yea, he warmeth himself and said, Aha, I am warm. I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his graven image. He falleth down unto it and worshippeth it, and prayed unto it and said, Deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known nor understood. For he hath shut their eyes that they cannot see, and their hearts that they cannot understand. And none considereth in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire. Yea, also, I have baked bread upon the coal thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it, and shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stalk of a tree? He feedeth on ashes. A deceit heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, Is there not a lamb in my right hand? So, the same substance from which you warm yourself and say, Aha, there is now warmth, is the same substance you are calling your God. Is it not because you are blind? You cannot see? You can't reason? Your God is supposed to be greater than you. Now this piece of wood has become greater than you because you are blind. In chapter 56, in the prophet's ethical instruction and rebuke to Israel, he asserted that God's watchmen of those days were blind in that they were unable to perceive. They were unable to realize. They were unable to discern. Therefore, they could not act. They couldn't perceive anything. They couldn't discern anything. So they couldn't act. And they were turned blind. Isaiah 56, verse number 10. His watchmen are blind. They are ignorant. Ignorant means they lack knowledge. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Here, they can't perceive anything. Just sleeping. If you are sleeping, do you perceive anything? If you are deep asleep, and somebody walks in and walks out, you will know. The stimuli that should arouse somebody, if you are sleeping, they don't arouse. Except the thing comes very heavily and then jolts one. So, they are dumb dog because they cannot perceive, they cannot realize, they cannot discern anything. Those that should be warning people and telling people of God's judgment don't see anything wrong with what is being done. So they are blind. In 2 Kings, there is the mention of a servant of the prophet who didn't know the protection that he was enjoying. Who didn't know the privileges round about him. He became fearful. 2 Kings chapter 6. He was blind, lacked knowledge of whom he was serving. 2 Kings chapter number 6, reading verses 18, verses 8 through 17. We are defining and describing spiritual blindness. Elisha's servant Gehazi was blind, for he was unable to perceive, unable to realize that a great host of protecting angels were around about them, about his master and himself. Are you there? I read. Then the king of Syria warred against Israel and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of God sent unto the king of Israel, saying, beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. And the king of Israel sent the place which the man of God told him, and warned him of, and saved himself there, not once, not twice. Therefore, the heart of the king of Syria was so troubled for this thing, and he called his servants and said unto them, will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of the servants said, no, my lord, O king. But Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. And he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. And they came at night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. The king of Syria had planned to kidnap the king of Israel. And he will send his soldiers, commando group, to go and wait for the king of Israel at a certain location. While those people wait there, Prophet Elisha will send information to the king of Israel. Say, king, don't go through so and so away. If you go there, they will apprehend you and take you away. So the king of Israel will send a lot of soldiers in that area if he must of necessity pass through that area. Next thing, the king of Syria will plan another way, another route. Elisha will give the same information. And when he gives information, soldiers will be sent in that area to thwart that thing being planned by the Syrians. So the king of Syria said, there must be a saboteur among us.